Have you ever been shooting photos or videos and need that small pop of light? Maybe a fill light. Maybe you just need to splash some light on a wall. Today we're going to talk about light panels on a budget. Today we are shooting in studio, and I want to thank my buddy Ryan with the Dad Show podcast for giving me the time to shoot here at KLF Studios. You can follow him at the Dad Show podcast link below. For more information on how you can make a difference to cure MPS1, visit the link in the description, kennedylad.org. And look, even if you don't hit that subscribe button, go to that link, visit, and consider helping out with this cause. This family is great and they are doing amazing things. Today I'm going to show you 7 panel lights that you can but do not have to mount to your camera. And you see those 7 right here in front of me. You can pick all of these up for under $100, and those links will be in the video description below. And if you will stay until the end of the video, I will do a quick comparison and show you exactly what these look like mounted up to a camera within about arm's reach, what you're going to use them for typically. I use a lot of them for other stuff. Number 1 is going to be the SmallRig RGB 360 light. Now I want to apologize in advance because you can no longer get this particular brand light on Amazon. However, below I have linked a comparable item that is almost exactly the same to this with just a couple of little differences. Nothing too major. This is a super small light. It is 3 inches by 3 inches square and has a cold shoe mounting option on the bottom, which you can also thread in a 1/4-20 a threaded screw into as well. This also has magnet mounts on either side of it. You can take these out, flip them around, and it turns into a magnet mountable light. On one side you have full RGB mode with several different lighting effects. The other side houses bicolor LEDs with full range from warm to cold. All lighting is controlled by 4 adjustment keys on top, has fully adjustable brightness settings, and is powered by an internal 2000 milliamp hour battery, which is charged by a USB-C cable. Well, note on this one, this is a backlit panel, not edge lit panels. The comparable light listed is about $20. Next we have the SmallRig P96L. This light is roughly the size of a smartphone, can easily be carried in your pocket. It comes with a 1/4-20 threaded hole to mount. It has a full gamut of RGB LEDs as long as bicolor LEDs inside the panel itself. All lighting effects are controlled by adjustment knobs here on the side of the light. There are dedicated knobs for brightness and for hue, saturation, your bicolor colors, anywhere from like 2500K all the way up to, I want to say, about 7000K. This also has a dedicated switch for power and your multifunction button to change in between different modes. I guess that's more of a mode button to switch in between different modes, whether you're going for a CCI or an RGB effect. An OLED display on the back shows you all of your settings for your light. This light is charged by USB-C and it charges a 1500 milliamp hour internal battery. I'm not going to recommend this light, and here's the reason. This light is still sold on Amazon, and when you go to that link, it shows sold by SmallRig. It advertises a SmallRig light, which the SmallRig light is linked below. I really love this light and I wanted it to work well, but within a year of me getting this light, it would no longer power on. The last time I used it, I charged it, took it off the charger, went to turn it on, and it never came on and has yet to come on since. I really wanted to like the light. I'm not going to recommend this one. The SmallRig light below you can pick up for about $50 on Amazon. Number 3, and probably my favorite for the price, is the Ulanzi RGB video light. This light is just larger than a smartphone. It has an option for the 1/4-20 threaded mount, or the entire back of this video panel is magnetic, allowing you to mount this on any metal surface and it just clips up there. You can splash light, you can fill light, however you want to do that with this. You can do it. It also features the full gamut of RGB with lighting effects, and it has warm to cold light CCI settings as well. All the lighting adjustments are controlled by 4 buttons on the back. You have a mode selection. There is a power switch located on the side, and on the back has an OLED display allowing you to see all of your camera settings. This is powered by an internal 4000 milliamp hour battery and is charged by USB-C. This light also comes with a honeycomb cover and a diffuser as seen here. I love this light and I use it in almost all of my talking headshots. Usually it's for a splash of light against the wall, most typically. You can pick this light up on Amazon for about $40. I do highly recommend this one. Number 4 is the Aputure Amaran MC video light. This light is also about the size of a phone, maybe a little bit thicker than one, so it's not as easy to put in your pocket. However, it does come with a 1/4-20 threaded hole, magnet mounts just like the Ulanzi. It also features a full gamut of RGB effects and white light. Now the white light range on this particular model is advertised from 3200 to 6500K, so the range is a little bit more narrow than what is advertised on the Ulanzi video light that is comparable to this one. This light can connect to your phone via Bluetooth and has an app where you can make all the adjustments in the app. Those adjustments can be stored there for future use in different scenes. They can be saved and you can use the same setting every single time. Alternatively, everything can be adjusted by the controls on the side. It also has a multifunction wheel that you can depress and turn. It has a power switch. This unit is charged by USB-C. It charges a 2600 milliamp hour battery. A top OLED screen shows you all of your light settings. This light also comes with a silicone diffuser and a case. I use this light in a lot of my talking headshots as well, typically to splash color. You can pick this up for around $90. This is the Tolifo PT176S. This dimmable 11 watt LED light is 4 inches by 6 inches. Single 1/4-20 thread hole at the bottom. This unit does come with a cold shoe adapter. Now there are no color adjustments for this light. It is advertised at a constant 5600K color temperature. Power switch and power level are adjusted by the multi-function wheel on the back and can be adjusted in 10% increments. The rear LCD will display level while adjusting, and short press will display battery level. This light is powered by a Sony style MPF battery, which is included with the charger. Alternatively, you can use a DC barrel jack adapter between 6.5 and 17 volts, which is not included. This light comes with a diffuser and also comes with one orange, red, green, and blue filter. This one is $44. At number 6, we're talking about the same brand Tolifo. This is the PT30B 30 watt bicolor light. As you may have already noticed, this light comes in a barn door configuration, so you can control the lighting a little bit better. Now this is a large and heavy light to be mounting onto your camera's hot shoe. It's 4x10 with barn doors. When you load batteries onto this light, it weighs a lot and it would kind of scare me to be putting it on my hot shoe. 1/4-20 threaded holes located on the bottom and both sides allow for different mounting options in portrait or landscape. The dimmable bicolor adjustments are controlled with 4 buttons on the rear panel. The rear LCD will display color selection in 100K increments as well as battery level. This light is powered by 2 Sony style MPF batteries that are included with chargers. Alternatively, you can use a 15 volt DC power adapter and barrel jack and have constant power. There is an included 2.4 gigahertz wireless remote, which I do not have here, that you can wirelessly control this light with. The panel diffuser is directly mounted to the light as you see. Several of my videos I use this light as an off-camera hair light, so it typically sits out of frame behind me and just kind of gives me an outline the back of this big bald head. However, you can get this set up with a link below for $85. Last but not least, this is the Dazzne D30 20 watt studio light. Now I said studio light. Well, you can still mount it to your camera and it is still lighter than that Tolifo light that I just showed you that came in at number 6. This one's lighter, even though it is larger. It's a much larger panel. This one comes in at 7x10. I do believe it's a bit safer to be putting on your hot shoe because of the weight if you do decide to camera mount this. It does come with a shoe mount. Now that shoe mount is attached to an action camera style top bracket. That's what that shoe mount's held on with. That I have modified this one just a little bit, and this action style mount doesn't quite fit because I take this 1/4-20 and put it on something else so that I can mount it the way I need to. This is a nice light, and I'll go over the rest of the dimensions in a minute, but this part right here I want to take a moment and say that I did not like the way that they did this. The cold shoe that comes with it does not have the 1/4-20 adapter in it. Mounting it to something, say like this, it didn't have the place to thread that screw in, so I had to adapt and overcome overcome. And this was the solution that I came up with. Now this is an action camera 1/4-20 mount that I have stuffed into this mount. There's no way to change that action style mount. This light has warm to cold bicolor LEDs, and they are adjusted by the multifunction rear wheel that doubles as the light output adjustment and the power button. There's no display on this light, and increment adjustments seem quite drastic. When you turn this wheel, the stepping of the light seems pretty substantial. It's noticeable. It's definitely noticeable. Now this can be powered by either the included 12-volt DC power adapter or a Sony MPF style battery that is not included. Now I've been using this as mostly an overhead light source. My office is small at home, not in this studio. Plenty of light in this studio. The lighting looks amazing in here. This is all Elgato lighting minus the blue up lights and the accent lights on the walls behind me. This light, however, when I'm shooting my talking head shots in my office, this is an overhead light. And since it's the largest light source that I have in this style, and I've been kind of experimenting with different lighting techniques, and I have other lights as well, this has done the best job as that overhead light. It's the largest light source, so it casts a nice soft light down. I've got a key light, hair light, and everything looks great. This works well for that. I kind of set it up and leave it be. The only thing I want to say to Dazzne about this light, I really don't like the way that you've integrated an action style mount into the light itself. Like, I know I've touched on it before. I just don't like that. It's not as universal, and you could do a lot better with the design of just put a 1/4-20 threaded hole right here in the bottom and you're good to go. Take this contraption off. You can pick this light up for $40. Now I'm going to try to get all these next shots that I'm going to show you for comparison. It's going to be the studio lighting is not going to change anything. I'm going to set these up. I'm going to try to get the color temperature on to about 5600K, and I will stand at arm's length away and you will see that image on what it does from that point. I might not be the subject you want to look at, but I'm the subject you got. Okay, now I promised you a light comparison, and right now it's just the studio lights that are on. The light on top of the camera is about 48 inches away, and we're going to start off with the Simor 360 video light, the very small light that I showed you at the beginning of the video. This is at 5600K at full power, and this very small light is sitting on top of my camera at about 48 inches away. Now next up, we're going to have the Ulanzi PL01. This is without the light, and now this is with the light. 100% 5600K. Now next up, we're going to have the Aputure Amaran MC video light. This is without the light on. Now here it is with the light on, with all the same settings as the previous. So the next one's going to be the Tolifo PT176. A side note on this one, I don't have the diffuser for it. So what you're going to see is going to be light without diffusion straight from the LEDs, and it is mounted on top of the camera, just like the rest of them. This one is a constant 5600K as advertised, and it is going to be at 100%. This is from the 11 watt Tolifo PT176 LED panel with no diffusion. Next one's going to be the Tolifo 30 watt panel, the heavy 4x10 panel that I said you probably wouldn't want to mount on top of your camera to your hot shoe mount with the batteries attached. Now, I'm not connected to my hot shoe mount. I've actually got a double-sided 1/4-20 screw, and so I'm going into the bottom of the light and into the top of my SmallRig cage. So this is with just studio light. And now this is the fuse light from the Tolifo 4x10 30 watt light panel. Now the next one's going to be the light from the Dazzne D30 20 watt light panel. This one has the largest source of any display. This is with the panel off. And this is with a panel on at my best judgment of what 5600K is in the light itself, since there are no displays to tell you. It is at the highest power setting, and I only figured that out because I turned the wheel to the right as far as it would go. And this is the light you get from it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Remember to subscribe, like, turn your reminders on, and I will see you next time.